she thought that she was getting treatments to help her, whether it was for soreness, make her better, whatever it may be. I don't know what you go to a T doctor for gymnastics. Anyways, she doesn't know what a doctor's supposed to do for that stuff. She just trusts them and feels like, hey, I go here, they make me healthier to go compete. Well, the doctor supposedly was doing things to her sexually that, whether it would be touching, stuff like that, that made her believe that was part of the procedure to make her better, when in reality it had nothing to do with it except for his own good. And that's what sexual abuse is. Okay, so it's either against your will, whether you have been manipulated or not manipulated, but either way, it's unwanted actions towards you in wrong ways. Okay, and it usually is happening from people in power, people that feel that they can do that to you or manipulate you to fall for that. And it's usually people you trust, unfortunately. All right, sexual harassment. Go ahead, Andre. All right, so this is more the verbal, okay, sexual comments. Now, you're seeing it big time in our world today. You're seeing it with famous people who own companies, a lot of athletes, okay? I can relate it to ESPN. Here's what's going on with sexual harassment. ESPN now, there's guy anchors and women anchors now that talk about sports. So, I have female PE teachers, okay? So they work an event. Okay, they maybe go to a basketball game. They both have to, do interviews there. After that, you need to get food. It's normal. Hey, let's go eat. At least have someone to eat with. So they go out and have dinner. I go and eat lunch with them all the time, dinner. Okay? But then at the dinner, you maybe say a joke. You say a comment that's playing around, but there's some truth to it also. And it's usually sexually centered. Okay? That's crossing the line. And if that person feels offended, that's sexual harassment. That's why in school, we start teaching you early to keep your hands to yourself. Because a lot of times, when you keep touching that person or bothering them and doing that stuff, that's actually sexual harassment. That boy or girl goes home and says, wow, the teacher keeps telling them, keep your hands to yourself, they keep touching me. That's sexual harassment. You're not leaving them alone. You're saying things to them that are sexually oriented. Okay? Yeah. Yep. You gotta be so confused. Why would that even happen? I need that. I got lost. You gotta say it again. What is it? Sexual harassment is you verbally sending something or saying something. The reason these people at ESPN got caught, one is the lady went and reported it and then the person admitted it, or there's phone records. There's text messages of them. They left dinner. They're in their hotels. And now the guy or the girl is texting the guy or the girl, hey, other stuff. There's the record. So in Derek's guy's case, yeah, that's sexual harassment. All right. All right, who can read what is abuse? Shay. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, abuse sees no skin color. It sees no gender, and it sees no money. Okay, it doesn't matter. It happens, unfortunately. And it's usually a crime that's never the victim's fault. So, for instance, you're probably thinking, well, what if that person did something super, super bad? Okay, it still shouldn't happen, abuse. Now, here's the way I relate it to. Okay, there's some of the worst criminals in the world locked up in jail. But they still didn't get physically abused before they got thrown into jail. Some of them, okay? Because most of the time, there's an underlying cause as far as they just need support. They need to figure out why they are causing those actions. A girl then in the first class brought up, well, how about the death penalty? And I go, well, back when it was legal across all 50 states, we have came a long way where now we look at research. We try to understand ways of why it's happening rather than revenge. We also are we are now more educated in different ways to handle consequences. okay, in ways to help prevent them instead of revenge types of things. All right? Yes. They did death penalties as a form of a consequence, which is a form, I guess, of abuse in retaliation or revenge.
Why do they have like black and people are there?
Because that's what they do. They did. Now, death penalty is still legal in some states. For instance, Texas is legal, but there's also still people protesting every day for it and for not.
Is the death penalty legal in this?
Nope. Illinois, nope. Yep.
So like in our acting, they don't care about the rules. They just like someone gets into jail, they tie their hands and then police officers get back.
Right. So isn't that basically everything we're talking about here? Revenge, abuse, when in reality, they could have figured out why through different types of consequences, through research, through support, why that's happening, so then you prevent it the next time. You do those things, you're not going nowhere, you're just, it's still gonna happen. You're not preventing anything for the next time. You're creating some fear where, hey, if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. But isn't fear enough? Hey, man, I'm going to get locked up behind bars for the rest of my life, lose my house, lose all the opportunities you've been given. That's scary enough. Okay? Yes?
In Indiana, isn't death penalty that legal?
I think so. I think Indiana might be legal. I know Texas it is. I think Indiana may be.
No.
But you also got to remember, Indiana's in way different terms here. They're still pushed back a little bit. You got to also remember what started up in Indiana. They're kind of ruthless people. They don't think about things of new age and how to deal with stuff in different ways. And what I said about what started up in Indiana, the KKK started up there. So those are a group of people that are hate crimes and racial things. So that's a state that not all the people, because for instance I can go and move there, but it's a state that's kind of been founded on those types of ethical punishments. Okay? Yes.
The crime that the death penalty isn't legal in Indiana anymore.
Not in Indiana?
No.
Okay. So not in Indiana. I know Illinois if it isn't. All right. Yep. The Ku Klux Klan is basically a white group of people, race, that
Go around
do
kill
hate
black
crimes and do protests not for the good of humanity, but for white supremacy, white power. They see color and only color, and they feel like other races take your jobs, take this, that, just all the garbage that you know right from
racist.
Yes. Ku Klux Klan. Yep.
Why don't you get like arrested or something?
Because you're allowed. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to talk. As long as they're doing it in a correct forum, in a correct way that's not bringing on aggressiveness,
But it does.
it's completely legal. It's completely legal. It's your amendment, your right to speech. Yep.
Didn't the Ku Klux Klan vote for Donald Trump?
I have no clue.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought protesting was
Other people voted for Trump. Doesn't mean they're in it. Yep.
I thought protesting was illegal.
Protesting is not illegal. It's your freedom to speak, freedom
It's
to
It's on the
hold
Bill of
subject.
Rights.
Yep. All right, kinds of abuse. We have physical abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, and sexual abuse. So, to answer Frank's question in the beginning, there's 4 types of abuse. The most common type is domestic violence, unfortunately. It's abuse that occurs in the family, and it's usually about power. What I mean by that, I hate relating it to something that may touch on someone here. Usually it's someone from higher power to make you know where you stand. As far as rules, things like that. I'm the boss. You are this. I will show you why you are this, and I am this. That's basically why. Okay. Physical abuse. What?
When the victim is a small child, the abuser often makes up excuses for the child's injuries. Victims may make excuses for the abuser, which is called enabling.
So, at the other school, I would see a kid with a black eye. You're being asked. I will